Hey, good morning and welcome to Breakthrough Walls. I am Ken Walls and I'm your host. And today we have a real rock star. This guy is uh, he's captain of the Ohio State men's basketball team, captain of the track team. He's an actor. His credits on his IMDb page are insane. You guys are not going to believe this guy. Otis Winston is joining us, so stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, I'm going to bring Mr. Otis Winston on, and we are about to break through some walls. Otis, welcome to the show.
Hey, buddy. Thank you for having me.
I am so honored to have you here.
Wow.
Mindy Dreyer, she connected us, and she is amazing.
Yes,
so
she is. That is my sister. That is my sister.
She's amazing. So I saw the interview that you did with her on I think it was Spectrum cable TV, and I think that it blew me away. So I'm like, I gotta have him on.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man.
So Otis, why don't we start with where you were born and raised?
I was born and raised in Youngstown, Ohio. I'm the youngest of four boys. My mom, did an amazing job with us. When my dad actually got into a little trouble when I was around, basically all my childhood life. And then at the age of 10, my mom moved us from Youngstown to a small town called Toronto, Ohio. Okay. And that's where life really started to happen for me.
Wow.
I went from, when I was in Youngstown, it was an all Black school, so I didn't feel like I didn't fit in. But when I moved to Toronto, it went from an all Black school to an all white school. And I had to really, really learn how to adapt, I would say.
Yeah.
Learn how to adapt and get to know who I am as a person. I had a stuttering problem, born with a speech impediment. They told me I would never properly speak and I really couldn't speak until the age of 11. The age of 11 is when I still remember the day like it was yesterday. I used to run down the steps every morning. I would run down the steps to see my mom because I knew she was cooking breakfast. I would run down the steps and she would make me walk up the steps, walk back up and walk down because she hated me rushing. So this particular morning, once we moved to Toronto, I came walking down the steps. I walked in the kitchen and I said, "Good morning, Mom. How did you sleep?" Without a stutter, it just came out fluid. And she said, "Baby, say it again." I said, "Good morning, Mom. How did you sleep?" She said, "Did you hear yourself?" I said, "What?" She said, "You're not stuttering." And that's when I started to realize that no matter what, it's not how you start, but it's how you finish.
Wow. What do you know? What was there some kind of a mental shift you had overnight? I mean, what happened? Is this something you were working on, or what?
No, I think everything was rushed. Everything was rushed. That's why I told you I would run down the steps. Everything was always fast to me. And when I started to slow down and take my time, that's when everything slowed down. Everything literally slowed down in my life. Because I was an angry little kid. I'm not going to lie. I got made fun of a lot. I couldn't talk. I always stuttered. People made fun of me. So I was always rushing to try to get my point across. I'm the youngest of four boys. So I'm the baby. So I was never getting heard. So I always thought I had to rush to eat, rush to get my point across, rush to be seen. I always felt like I had to do more than everyone else. And when I stopped doing that, that's when everything changed. When I realized that I don't have to rush. I'll be
Wow.
heard when it's time for me to be heard. That's when things changed.
I have full body chills right now. That's amazing, man. And that was 10 years old or 11?
10. I was 10 years old.
You
10 years old.
had this realization at 10 years old?
At
Dude,
10 years old.
wow.
10 years old, I had this realization to slow down in life, take it all in, and just allow God to do what he does. You know, he will do his part, but I had to make sure I was doing mine. He does the impossible. All I have to do is do the possible.
Wow. Well, school's out, ladies and gentlemen. Class dismissed. That is unbelievable. All right, so you grew up. I've never even heard of Toronto, Ohio, and I thought I'd been in every town in Ohio, man.
You hear Steubenville?
Yeah.
It's like 5 miles from Steubenville.
Okay.
So and it was crazy. Like when I moved to Toronto, it was nuts because I remember my first basketball experience, because my first love actually was football and baseball.
Okay.
So I wasn't very good at basketball, and my first basketball experience, I remember walking in to a gym. They had these basketball tryouts, and it was at this gym called Roosevelt. And I walked in, and here I am, the only black kid that walks in this gym. This coach looks at me. He's like, "Okay, we got a baller coming in here now." And man, I'm telling you,
that's not a stereotype. Come on,
at all. And it was a stereotype that I did not live up to, because at the end of that day, he looked at me and said, "Boy, you suck."
That's funny.
It was fun, and it was when he said that, it really changed my life, because I remember walking home, and I walked into the house, and I told my mom. As soon as I walked in, she said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Man," I said, "This coach, Mom, he told me I sucked." My mom said something that changed my life. She said, "Well, did you?" I said, "Well, yeah, but he shouldn't have said it." And she said, "No, baby." She said, "One or two things can happen. You can take his words and let them define you, or you can take his words and let them motivate you." I circled the tryout for 7th grade on my calendar, and I practiced every single day for a year. When 7th grade basketball trials came out, I walked in the gym. Coaches were there. They looked at me. Some of the people still smiled and laughed. And at the end of that tryout, I was the best player in the gym.
Wow.
The best player in the gym. And I never relinquished that title. Never relinquished it.
Man, I don't know if I can take a whole hour of chills, but that's insane, man. Yeah. So, okay, let's talk about that, because I've met, I don't know if you know who Tim Grover is, but he was Michael Jordan's coach and Kobe Bryant, and
he was their trainer, right?
Yeah, trainer, right. So he's been in my car. Like, I gave the dude a ride to his hotel. Well, that's my claim to fame.
Awesome, but he's a great trainer. Oh,
dude, he's like, and because it's all right here, right? So you started you in 6th grade. You were told that you suck.
I suck.
And that's what this show's about, man, because people at that point go, "Okay, I suck," and that's their life story.
Exactly.
Right? You said your mom changed that for you. Your mom said, no, you're going to change that story. You got to let that motivate you. And you went to work.
I went to work, but it didn't stop there, because now here I am elevating in basketball. And then I started running track as well. And then now I realized that, okay, I made it to the state track meet my freshman year in the high jump. My mom said, "Just go out there and have fun." And I went out there and boo-booed on myself, man. I no-heighted. I didn't clear the opening height. And I remember walking off the track. A little kid walked up to me and said, "You sucked. You don't deserve to be here." I said, "Oh my God, what is this? Oh, it's suck life?" It's crazy. And I looked at him and I was like, man, he was smaller than me. So I wanted to fight him, but I couldn't fight him.
Yeah.
Because he was telling me the truth. because
Yeah.
I know-hide it. I got there and I got settled and I got satisfied and I know-hide it. I lost focus that one meet. So come back my sophomore year, I made it to the state track meet again. My mom tells me, just go have fun. Again, don't worry about
Yeah.
it. No pressure. Go have fun.
Yeah.
And I remember getting there, and the highest I ever been that season was 6 feet. I went 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet. Then I got to 6'2", got to the state track meet. No one expected to do anything. I went from 6'2" to 6'10" and a half in the same meet. Ended
What?
up winning the state track meet as a sophomore.
What changed? All right, hold on a minute. Hold on. Because people are going to, like, I put in the description of this that you were the captain of the Ohio State basketball team, and we're going to get to that. But the what was it that happened? Because people don't do that, man. People don't. I mean, that's another 8.5 inches you gained in one meet.
One meet. Each track meet, I gave it my best. I never quit. I gave it my best each track meet. My at the state track meet, I missed 6'2". You get three attempts at each height. I missed it the first time, missed it the second time, cleared it on my third attempt. They moved to 6'4", miss, clear. They moved to 6'6", miss, clear. They moved it to 6'8", miss, clear. They moved it to 6'10" and a half, miss, clear.
Dude.
And then at the end, they took it to 7 feet, and I missed all 3 times at my sophomore year at 7 feet. But the moral of the story is, as long as you're giving it your best. I wasn't trying to be the best high jumper. I wasn't trying to be the best basketball player. I was trying to be the best version of me.
At sophomore, so you are 14, maybe
15,
13,
15, yeah, 15.
15.
Yeah.
So at what amazes me is, and this is still in Toronto, Ohio, a town that nobody's heard of. I'm sorry.
Our claim of fame, Robert Urich.
Okay.
The actor Robert Urich came from Toronto, Ohio.
Okay. And so did Otis Winston,
yes,
apparently.
Sir. Yes, sir.
So Joe Ingram says, have you ever thought of clearing the first time?
I wish I could. I just couldn't.
Yeah, right. That's the way it is, man. You knew this was your last shot.
Yeah.
And that was it.
It's like the first 2 jumps were confidence builders. Oh,
yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you tried. You're like, oh, that wasn't the first one. That wasn't as hard as I thought it was. The second one was like, oh, I almost cleared that. The third one, oh, I'm gonna clear it.
Wow. So you went on. You were, and the whole time you're doing basketball and track.
Yes.
And for anybody just joining, he had a coach in 6th grade tell him on the basketball court that he sucked. Yeah. So he went to work and made you were the best player on the court in 7th grade. At tryouts.
Best player on the team in 7th grade. Best player on the team in 8th grade. My freshman year, I made varsity and got to play with my brother as a freshman. Wow. And sophomore year, same thing. Best player on the team. Junior year, best player on the team. Senior year, best player in the Valley. And I wasn't trying to be the best player. Like I said, I was just trying to be the best version of me.
Wow.
Them people telling me that I wasn't good enough. Yeah. That always lit my fire. Because I was told I wasn't good enough since I was born. I was always told what I couldn't do since I was born. So you tell me what I can't do, I'll show you what I can. That's the difference. You tell me what I can't, I'll show you what I can. Because same thing happened at Ohio State. Same thing.
So you were the best player in the Valley your senior year.
Absolutely.
You had to have recruiters looking at you. I mean, how tall were you in your senior year of high school?
6'3".
6'3".
Yeah. I'm 6'5", 6'6" now. I
Wow.
grew in college as well. I jumped out the gym. I averaged 32 points a game. I averaged like a double. Yeah, it
So
was.
so Ohio State, you get a full ride to Ohio State? I'm assuming.
Ohio State was the unique pick because I had the Tennessees, I had the Floridas, I had the VMIs, the Buffaloes, and the OUs. Ohio State was really the only school where I can do both sports.
Mm,
I couldn't decide between either sport. I
wow.
wanted to do both because I felt that was my passion at the time. I wanted to make it to the NBA and I wanted to make it to the Olympics. That's all I ever wanted to do. So that's what I strive for. And I remember when I got to Ohio State, it was rough. I went from the big fish to the small fish,
Yeah.
especially in basketball. And it was just one of them things. And, didn't get a lot of playing time my freshman year. And it was humbling. It was
Yeah.
humbling. It was humbling, but I knew what God had for me. And I remember I walked in one time and I heard Coach Ayers talking, and he had said to another coach that Otis will never play here, and I heard that.
Whoa.
I heard that, and that lit my fire. And the same coach who said I would never play there ended up starting me my junior year and making me a captain my senior year.
Jeez, man. So again, somebody else motivating you with negative talk.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you, do you feel because there are people that hear that negative talk from people, they hear negative talk, being told they're not good enough, they're worthless, they're whatever, and they buy it and they believe it,
Mm-hmm.
and they stay stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like lucky? Do you feel like God blessed you more than he would be willing to bless somebody else? What do you feel like the flip was for you? There's something there. There's a switch that apparently turns on.
I think God blesses us all.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us just choose to listen. You either choose to listen to the good or the bad.
Mm.
I chose to believe in me. I've always chose to believe in me. No matter what anybody has ever said about me, I always chose to believe what God has said I can do.
Wow.
So you can say, even with my acting, they told me I'll never be able to do it from Columbus, Ohio. I said, okay, that's what y'all said. But now here I am 10 films in, without an agent, without a manager, and I'm getting speaking roles. So when you tell me I can't do something, I'll show you how big my God is. Because he makes me able to do that.
Wow.
He takes the foolish things. I completely believe that I was one of the foolish things. Here I am, a kid from the projects of Youngstown, Ohio, who couldn't speak.
Had a stutter.
Overlooked, talked about, laughed at, told he wasn't good enough, told he sucked. But I was the one that I feel that I believed what God had on my life, all my life. I believe there was something unique inside of me. And no one could ever take that away, no matter how hard times got. I will always look within. When the world without was crashing in on me, I will always look within and encourage myself. Keep going. Right foot, left foot, breathe.
Wow, dude. So, okay. My brain is going absolutely crazy right now. I don't think I've ever had this many chills in one show, and we're only 27 minutes in. So you were captain your senior year of the Ohio State basketball team. And you went to the NBA?
No, actually I went overseas and played in Russia.
Okay. Why not the NBA? Was that just not an option?
No, what happened is I had the day of my tryout, I was married at the time, and the day of I had a tryout with the Pistons as well as the Mavericks. I had this tryout, and the day of my tryout, I decided not to go. My wife at the time had some she had to have brain surgery, so I stepped away. And I remember, I don't know if you remember, this guy's name is Todd Bell. Todd Bell passed away. He used to play for Ohio State, played for the
Okay.
Chicago Bears,
Yeah.
cornerback. Todd Bell was one of my mentors, and he told me something that changed my life before he died. He was very upset with me when I didn't go to my tryout, and he said, "God would not have given you that ability for you not to use it."
Mm.
And I was so immature at the time, I didn't understand what he was saying. But now I completely understood, and I understand now. I
Wow.
understand completely now. So if I can go back, that's the only change I would do.
Wow.
That's the only change I would do. I would go and go after what God told me to do, because I didn't. I basically chose something else over His purpose. But
Mm.
then I remember God said, I'm shifting your direction," and that's when
Wow.
the writing and the acting started.
But so you didn't. Who wants to play for the Pistons anyway? I'm just playing. So, but so you didn't go to the NBA. You ended up over in Russia. You said, how long
Yeah,
did you play over there?
I was over there for one season, and then my season after my season in Russia, that's when I got the tryout, and I didn't go to the tryout after I was in Russia.
Okay,
So I had
got
a
it.
great season in Russia.
Yeah,
Came back home. I had the two tryouts. I didn't go to either tryout,
got it.
and
Okay.
that's when I hung up the basketball shoes, and
Wow.
I mean, same with the Olympic trials in '96. I redshirted my senior year and qualified for the Olympic trials down in Atlanta. Went down there and fumbled the ball, and I never jumped again after that.
Wow.
And it was because I went back to basketball. So it was a bunch of like misfires,
Yeah.
a bunch of misfires. And the reason I believe people misfire is they don't know their true self.
Mm.
In high school, I knew who I was. In college, I let man tell me who I thought I was.
Mm,
That's the
man.
difference. Once I got
Wow.
out of college, I went on a sabbatical, relearning Otis. Who am I? Who
Wow.
am I? Not just who am I? Whose am I?
You've
Whose
got
am
to
I?
stop with the chills, man. Like,
And I'm telling you, that changed my life when I figured out whose I was. So he says that I am that I am. So when everybody asks me, I am that I am. I am an actor. I am a father. I am a future husband. I am a writer. I am a director. I am a great guy. I am a God fearing man. I am a millionaire. I am all these things. I speak life into myself now because I forgot about that. I forgot life and death is in the power of the tongue. And I changed how I spoke because of a man's perspective of me. Never allow anybody's perspective to change you.
mm, my gosh, dude. So you told me briefly the story of how you ended up getting into acting, and I don't want to miss any years or I'm sure without asking, I'm gonna assume that in that process of relearning who you are and whose you are, you uh, did you have some more misfires in life? Did you have?
Well, yeah, I had a lot of misfires.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember when I was working for National City at the time. They changed their name to PNC Bank. Doing very well, making great money as a computer software consultant, and,
Wow.
and doing well, doing very
Yeah,
well, making six figures easily when my
yeah.
daughter was 3. My daughter's 19 now.
Yeah. Wow.
Doing very well. I would be at work, and on my lunch break, I'll be writing scripts. I'll be fantasizing about set, movies, all this stuff, because it was just in me. And I remember
why, but hold it. Why? Why was that in you? Had you been on a set before, or had
never
you
been on a set before? It just came out of this desire, this burning desire, Like even when I was overseas playing ball in Russia, I started keeping a journal. That journal turned into my first script, and the script is called Game of Life. I've never took a script writing class, never had took an acting class. It was just something that was in me. It was burning. It was like fire. It was just burning.
While you're playing basketball professionally in Russia, you're having these burning dreams, thoughts, desire of becoming an actor,
writing everything. I wasn't thinking about becoming an actor. I was just writing scripts, and it just kept one thing after another. And I remember, I think it was March 10th. Actually March 1st, I came into work, and my manager called me to her office, and they basically let me go. They laid me off. And 2 days later, my ex-wife sent divorce papers to my job. So that week, I lost my job, and my ex-wife filed for divorce all in the same week. And it was like, whoa. Okay, God, what is going on? I was going to church every Sunday. I was paying my tithes. I was being a good man. I thought I was doing everything right. And that's why I was doing everything right. That's why my life got turned right side up. Because it was upside down.
Yeah.
Me not knowing my life is upside down. But he turned it right side up. And the way he turned it right side up, I lost the job I wasn't supposed to have. I lost the wife I wasn't supposed to have married. He turned it right side up.
Dude, that is unbelievable. So you didn't go, you know what? I'm just going to go get hammered. You said, you looked at it and said, God is at work here. Something's going on.
I absolutely did. And then 2 weeks later, I flew out to LA to visit a friend. Her name is Robbie Reed. She's the VP of casting at BET now. I flew out to see her, and while I was walking into the meeting to meet her, a lady was walking out while I'm walking in. And the lady ends up being a director of the show I'm walking in on. And while I'm walking in, she looked at me and she said, "Are you the guest actor?" I said, "No, ma'am, I'm just here to see somebody." She said, "You sure?" I said, "I'm positive." Never acted a day in my life. So I go in, the guest actor never shows up. Robbie comes to me and say, "Hey, the guest actor didn't show up. Do you mind stepping in?" And I'm like, "I don't know what I'm doing." She says, "Improv, just improv." And it ended up being Jerry Maguire, improving Jerry Maguire scenes. Yeah. So unbeknownst to them, Jerry Maguire was my favorite movie at the time. So I knew all the words verbatim.
Come on.
Verbatim. So I go there and I improv Jerry Maguire. When we get done, Robbie and Tasha Smith and 2 other producers look at me and say, "Hey, you need to be in front of the camera first. And then he'll open up the doors for you behind the camera." And I've been doing it ever since. I remember I got back from LA. I had just signed my divorce papers. I'm walking out the courtroom. I get to the steps of the courtroom. My phone rings. It's BET. BET called me and said, "I just booked my first speaking role." I can't make this up.
Dude, that is insane.
I can't make this up. I can't make up this whirlwind I've been on. And my very first acting gig was a speaking role. And then I ended up getting an extra role on a movie called Oz the Great and Powerful. People were looking at me like I was crazy. They were like, "Why are you just had a speaking role? Why you want to be an extra?" I was like, "Well, I just want to be on set. I wanted to learn." I'm a learner. That athlete in me needs to be in my environment to learn. I don't care if it's an extra, a stand-in, a stunt double. I need to be on set. So I go and I'm on set, and we're called the Winkies. Go ahead and laugh. We're called the Winkies. Everybody was 6'5" and taller. We were the So we were the Winkies. I get there, it's like 200 of us. I'm all the way in the back of the line. Who knew tall guys, well, these tall guys didn't have rhythm? I didn't know that. I got rhythm. I thought
Right.
tall guys just had rhythm. So they would tell us to march. I went from the back of the line. By the end of the day, I was in the front of the line.
Wow.
So I would stay late as an extra, making $106 a day. I would stay late and I would help the other guys learn how to march. One day I stayed late after we wrapped. I'm helping these guys march. And then here comes this guy. He was just watching us. And I'm like, oh, shoot, am I in trouble? And the guy says, can you come here for a second? I said, yes, sir. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm helping them march. He said, why? I said, because if we don't get it right, we're going to waste money and waste time. Even though I'm an extra, I look at this like it's my film.
Wow.
He looked at me and said, walked away. The next day I came in, he said, Otis, come here. I walked over. He introduced himself. His name was Casey Hoddenfield. Casey was the first AD. That day, they bumped me. They bumped me up. I made in that week more than I made in the entire film. At the end of the film, Casey said, here's my number. Keep in touch with me. He said, we could not have done this film without you. And here I am, 11 years later, I'm down here in Atlanta filming another film called Outlaws. And guess who's the first AD? Casey Hoddenfield.
No. Dude. Of course it is.
He was the first AD on Venom, the first AD on Venom 2.
Did you see who's in here with us right now watching?
Hey, Mindy.
Mindy, thank you, Mindy. I'm so grateful. This has been unbelievable. So here's the thing, though. Let's go back to 9-year-old Otis,
Okay.
who had a stutter at 9, and had all this. I mean, you felt very, very bad about yourself because you couldn't get your words out, and you were in a hurry, and so what I find absolutely mind-blowing so far in your story is every single step of the way, getting fired from the bank job, making 6 figures a year, getting divorce papers in the same week.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, God, how did you put that again? God turned me right side up.
Yeah. I thought my life was upside down, but he really turned it right side up.
So you could have easily, like 99.9% of the rest of the world, Otis, and I think you would agree with me, people fall into that victim mentality, and they get stuck in that victim mentality, and they stay there. And somebody asked a question in the comments. I don't know where it is or who asked it, but I can remember it. It was, who influenced you in your life to get out of the victim? And was it your mom? Is that the major influence?
I saw my mom raise 5 kids. I saw my mom do 2 jobs. I would go to work with my mom when she was cleaning houses, and I would help her clean houses. I remember I would go and shovel snow as a kid and bring the money back to give it to my mom. I saw my mom overcome so much. I saw my mom overcome people talking about her when her husband got arrested. I saw that. I mean, my mom was Superwoman. She is Superwoman. She's amazing. She's amazing. She was an amazing mother. She was an amazing mother. She put us first. She never not put us first. Never. Wow. And so when I started to rise, like I remember mom didn't see me play a sport till as a freshman. She never saw me play. Never saw me
Wow.
play. She didn't come to my track meets until my junior year. Like, because she was always busy, always working. And I could have internalized that a different way and be like, you know what? I don't got no, I didn't. I didn't internalize that a different way. To this day, like my mom is special. You know,
Yeah.
she didn't stop what was happening in her life and what she didn't have. She she didn't put nothing before us.
Wow.
And that's how I am as a father. I learned how to be a father by watching her be a mother, and I
Wow.
learned how to choose a, a fiance by watching my mom. She
Wow.
reminds me of my mother, the way she sacrifices and the way she gives, you know.
Wow.
So I've had my victimized years, and I got nowhere, nowhere, nowhere. The victimized years were the years that life was going fast because I was in a rush. When I sat back and said, no, I'm not going to be a victim. I'm going to be a victor. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be a product of my environment. I'm going to make my environment a product of me.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
And
gosh. That is
that's when things changed. That's when I can look in the mirror and say, hey, you got this. Go have fun. Go enjoy your life. Go make yourself proud. That little boy in me who didn't give up, that's who I fight for. He didn't give up, which he easily could have. He
wow.
easily could have gave up. He was
Yep.
bullied. He was made fun of. He was talked about. Easily could have gave up. He didn't.
And he's
That's
still fighting.
He's still fighting till this day. I will not stop fighting till my very last breath.
So and look, let's just be real. You don't have to do shows like this. You don't have to get on and do this. You're doing all right.
Yeah,
Right. So I have a picture I'm going to share with the, if you don't mind
yeah,
here,
you should.
but I you're doing extremely well. And you know but when I talked to you, I said, my show's about helping people have a breakthrough. And there are people that are watching or will watch this or will listen to it on the podcast that are they have maybe a lifetime of being a victim mentality,
Uh,
right? And you've met those people.
yeah,
I run from those people. Like, I don't get that on me. I don't want that. But what do you say to somebody that may be stuck in a victim mentality where everything's someone else's fault? They're always feeling like they're being victimized. What do you say to them? What kind of a shift can they make, or should they make?
I'll ask them a simple question: are you done? Are you done feeling sorry for yourself? Are you done? Because climbing a mountain is difficult, but it's only difficult if you're looking at the top while you're climbing. I look right in front of me, right foot, left foot, breathe. And by the time I look up, I'm at the top of the mountain. I'm not looking at the destiny. I'm not looking at the destination. I'm looking at the present. How can I impact the present? Who
Wow.
can I push? How great can I be today? Tomorrow will take care of itself. Because what I do great today transfers over to tomorrow. My energy has to be great today. Today. And everybody say, well, in 2 years, I want an A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No. Today. Today I'm preparing for that series regular role. Because if I'm waiting till it comes, I'm not ready. So I would ask them, are you done? Are you done feeling sorry for yourself? Woe is me. Will Smith has said something. I'm probably gonna mess the quote up, but he said, "It's not your fault what someone did to you, but it is your fault how you choose to respond to what they did to you."
Mm.
See, it's not my fault that my dad went to prison. Whew. It's not my fault that I stuttered. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that that coach told me I sucked. It's not my fault that another coach told me I would never play. It's not my fault those casting directors told me I would never be able to work living in Columbus, Ohio. But what would have been my fault is if I would have listened to them.
Mm.
If I would have let their words produce my future. It says life and death is in the power of the tongue, right?
Yeah.
Not their tongue. It's in the power of my tongue.
Oh, amen.
What someone else says about me, it's none of my business. Just like, I mean, I wear these shirts everywhere. I wear these focused everywhere. This is my brand.
Yeah.
And when God gave me this, it was amazing. I remember when I first did it, I was really,
Here, let
really
me give you full screen. Show everybody that shirt.
it's just focused. And you got the plain ones, you got the cosmic ones.
Yeah.
But what happened is, I remember when I first came up with focus, it was a little F, a big O that stood for Otis, little CUSED, right? So I'm
Yeah.
like focused on Otis. One day I was in prayer and I heard the Spirit say, in my spirit, "Are you bigger than your vision?" I said, he said, "Are you bigger than your vision?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "Make your O small and make everything else around it bigger." He says, "Because your vision will always be bigger than you. And if you learn how to focus on me, I will teach you how to focus on your vision and bring it to pass." So everybody who buys the focus, it's them focusing on the vision for their life. That's what focus means. Focused on the vision for your life, the purpose for your life.
Wow.
That's what I am now. I'm focused on being the best person I can be, period.
Wow. 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 I want some of that. I got to get some of that. Your clothing brand. Wow. So, all right, tell me, I'm going to put this up on screen too. Tell me how can people buy that?
Yes. It's at Buckeye Born Apparel.
Buckeye
Born
Born
Apparel.com.
Apparel. Of course, I don't know how to spell apparel. APPAREL.
AR. Uh-huh.
Okay.
BuckeyeBornApparel.com.
Got it. Tell me if that's right. That's right, right? Down there at the bottom.
I can't see it for some reason. Hold on.
Oh, you can't see the screen, you and
My
I?
screen is wacky.
Oh, I got you. It's Buckeye Born.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. So, wow, I'm not sure that I've ever spelled apparel before.
That's right.
So
You
all
spelled it
right.
right.
And my wife put it in the comments so people are able to click on it and go over and get some of that.
Okay.
Dude, like, and Mindy says, "Tell it, Otis. I could listen to your message all day long." Wow. So did and here's a great question from my friend Victoria. Did you have a strong male role model at all in your life growing up?
Now, don't get mad at me. Okay.
Me?
So I'm talking about
Anybody?
because of what had happened.
Yeah.
Growing up, I never saw a positive black male, besides my brothers. My brothers were older than me,
Yeah.
and they were my heroes. I strive to be like them. But a male, the first positive male I ever saw was Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable. I mean, that character. I hate the fact of what happened years later.
Yeah.
But that character showed me that I can be a positive Black man. That character,
Yeah.
the character, he's
Yep.
Cliff Huxtable.
Yeah.
Now I keep saying that, I'm stressing that. The character,
Yeah. I
he's
get it.
Cliff Huxtable, because that's all I saw.
We're talking about Bill Cosby played that role,
Yeah,
right? Yeah. I mean,
but what I'm saying, I'm talking about
his character. Yep.
Heathcliff Huxtable
Yeah.
was the first, and I realized that I can be whatever I wanted to be when I watched that show.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because now I'm a father. And I strive to make my kids want to be better, because everything I do, I know it impacts my family. So I got to make sure I do it the right way, period, no matter what it is.
Yeah. Wow, man. Wow. I first off, where's the best place for everybody watching to follow you? Like, is it Instagram, Facebook? Where are you most?
Instagram is Otis D. Winston.
Okay.
And Facebook is just Otis Winston.
Yeah. So what's next for you? I mean, you hold on before we get there. I got you're doing this. You said you've been in Atlanta now filming for
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're filming a movie. What's the name of the movie? Are you allowed to
Outlaws.
talk about it?
Yes, it's called The Outlaws.
The Outlaws.
Yeah.
And one of the main characters on this show is a guy that everybody's heard of. What's his name?
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. Is
Yes,
that him
sir.
right there?
That's it. That is it.
So you're doing a film with Pierce Brosnan called Outlaws, and
yes, sir.
And you have a speaking role.
Yes,
right?
sir. And he actually just he's one of the most amazing people. He told me, don't stop being amazing. And
Wow.
before this film, I was just in Puerto Rico for a month filming with Gerard Butler, a movie called The Plane. And on The Outlaws, there's Pierce Brosnan, there's Adam Devine, there's Michael Rooker. Oh man, I mean Nina Dobrov. It's
Wow.
Lil Rel. It's an amazing cast. Amazing cast.
Let me get again. I got to make a point. You've done all of this. How many films now?
Over 10 films and movies. I mean, 10 films and TV shows.
You've been on Chicago Fire, one of my favorite
PD.
shows. Chicago PD, one of my favorite shows.
Empire, Games People Play, The Game. I just got done doing The Shy. That episode aired this July. It's been a lot.
Wow, man.
All without an agent.
I was getting ready to say all without, how does that happen? I'm real. Glenn Morshower is one of my best friends in the world. And he gets these, calls from his agent. Like, hey, we're looking at this or whatever. Like, how's that work? They just call you from Fox Studios or wherever and say, hey, we got a movie for you.
First is I would say the grace of God. It's always the grace of God. Always the grace of God. And second,
Amen.
Relationships, networking. Friends would be on the film and they were like, yo, I think you should audition. I'm going to get in touch with casting. But I will say recently, I was just asked to join the agency last week.
Wow. Last
week. So we're going to see where that goes, because now I'm looking for that series regular. I'm looking for that series regular. It's amazing. Victoria said something about Gerard Butler. I'm about to send you something real quick.
She said he is the ham to my Thanksgiving.
All right, I'm sending you something. I'm sending you something real fast, because he's a great guy.
Yeah. Pam says, when is Otis going to write a movie? There's a lot of inspiration for him to share with the world. Is that not the truth?
It's coming. It's coming.
Have you written anything that just isn't out yet?
Yeah, I have a Christmas show called Joy to the Wars that I wrote I got another show based on a true story. I can't give you the name of that one yet, though. And then I got my School of Hard Knocks is a TV show that I did as well. Back in the days, a TV show. Shepherd Boy is a movie. I just sent you something that you can share with Victoria.
I gotta. Can I share it with the on screen?
Absolutely.
Hang on, I've got to. Here, let me do that. So, yeah, my wife just typed in the comments. You can't see the comments, right?
No, I can't see.
She just typed in that you need to write a book, and my gosh, is she not wrong about that? Dude, you've got like, it's not even about. There's lots of people. There you go, Victoria.
That's my second film with him.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I did Greenland. I got a video coming, but I can't post it until the movie comes out.
Oh,
really? He
really?
says something about my character, and I can't give that away.
Well, he's wearing shoulder stripes. Anyway, so I'm not gonna. But so, dude, like you have, like a lot of people have a story of being victimized in life. A lot of people have a story of their father going to prison. A lot of people have a story of a stutter problem, or and they stay there. And what I absolutely love about you and your story is that you didn't stay stuck there, man, and you won't stay stuck there.
No, because people get stuck because they're afraid to try. They get stuck because they're afraid to try. It's easier to give up than it is to keep going. People just want to get stuck because they're afraid to try. Me, I had to try all my life. Think about that. We learn not to try.
Yeah.
When we were born, all we do is try.
Yeah.
How do a baby learn how to walk? By falling.
Yeah.
Now, how many babies that still falls when they walk? I mean, yeah, you trip over things every now and then, but they don't worry about it no more. They're not afraid to do it.
No.
People are afraid. They're afraid to try. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care how I look. I don't care how goofy it is. I know what God said. I know what I heard. And I know what I have in me. So I want everything that he said I can have.
Wow, man.
I'm going for everything he said I can have. Be it in Hollywood, be it wherever, be it as a parent, be it as a future husband, be it as a son, be it as a friend. I want to be the best me, period.
Wow.
Flaws and all. I just want to be the best me.
Dude.
No one can be me better than I can be myself.
I saw a post that you did. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was on Facebook about, people not owning up to their stuff, taking responsibility for their life. Yeah. And man, that happens so often. And that's my goal in this show and in life, is to wake people up and say, man, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay there. Wake up. And you're doing that, man.
Yeah. And I want people to also know, just because it's hard today doesn't mean it's going to be hard tomorrow.
Right.
There was this meme that was going around. It was a guy with a pitchfork. One was close to the gold. He was walking back the other direction. And the other one was going towards the gold. He was going all ham. You're closer than you think. There's always a storm before your breakthrough. But for me, I had to make sure I was grounded, because my blessing can bless me, or it can end up burying me.
Say that again.
The blessing can bless you, or it can bury you. It can bless you, or it can bury you. It can bless you, or it can basically kill you. I don't want my blessing to kill me. I got to be in the mindset, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, to be able to handle everything that God is bringing my way. Hollywood is crazy. I got to be grounded. I
Yeah.
got to be grounded. I got to know my family is beside me. I got to know that nothing can change me.
Dude, I think I've had chills more times during this last 54 minutes than any 54 minutes in my life. This is incredible, man. I'm so grateful for you spending the time. You've got to be on set today, don't you?
Actually, I'm on hold today.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I just don't want to hold you up from
No.
getting
I'm
you.
in it. I'm in my hotel room.
Okay. Okay. So, and I'm going to guess you're in the Buckhead area.
I'm in the yes.
Midtown.
No, I'm
Midtown.
in Midtown.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Love it.
Um, yeah, that's where Glenn always is when he's down there
It's
filming.
a nice area. Nice
Yeah.
area, brother.
Very nice. Yeah. So Otis, man, I first off, everybody go to BuckeyeBornApparel.com. I am going to BuckeyeBornApparel.com
I
today.
appreciate it.
And I mean, dude, I live in Marion, so I'm about 45 minutes north of Columbus. But I've got to take you and your fiance to dinner, my
I would
wife
love
and
that.
I. And yeah, we got to meet and let me buy you some dinner, man. So
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like I tell everybody, I got my focus on today, but the Buckeye Born, it really doesn't, it's really not for just Ohio State fans.
right.
It's for people born in the Buckeye State.
Yeah.
Because if you know anything about the Buckeye tree, it's the most tenacious tree. It can grow in all four environments. And that's how we Buckeyes are. Us born in the Buckeye State, we can go anywhere and flourish.
Yes.
Any environment and flourish. That's why I created Buckeye Born, because I wanted people to know that you can go anywhere. You're born in Ohio, you can go anywhere and flourish. Same with the focus. When you focus on your vision shall come to pass. It will come to pass because you're so focused on it.
For anybody watching, if you may have just joined, I am really sorry that you missed this. But go back and watch the replay because, dude, when you said that you were in prayer and God said to you, "Are you bigger than your vision?"
Mm-hmm.
And I think, what happens with a lot of people, man, is that ego, which is an acronym for edging God out.
Yes.
Right? That ego kicks in, like, look at me, I've been in the movies, I've done this, I've done that, and all of a sudden you feel like you're bigger than the rest of the world. And that's what I love about you, man. You're humble and you're down to earth, and you just are out here helping people, man.
Me being in the movies means nothing. The best gift God ever gave me was making me in His image. I got something that the devil don't even have. Wow. He was made as an angel. I was made in the image of God. So how can I be humble? I mean, how can I be boastful or egotistical? I was made in His image, in His image. Wow. So I will always praise Him and glorify Him and thank Him for considering me to be in His image, if that makes sense.
Wow. Dude, I can't take any more chills today, man. This is crazy. Wow. Otis, wow, man. Thank you for being on here, man. This has been incredible. I want to see if I can introduce you and connect you and Glenn and maybe Glenn and I have you come on one night as a guest on our show. And
I would love that.
You're here. Victoria just summed it up. You something. No, she didn't. You are something. I think that's, man, you are. Holy man. So, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Everybody go follow Otis. Go to Buckeye Born Apparel. I don't care if you were born in Indonesia. Go to BuckeyeBornApparel.com and buy some stuff today. Man, thank you. That's all. I don't, you're a blessing. So thank you. Hang on for me. And hang on and I'm going to end the live stream, but thank you to everybody who's watched. Share this out if you haven't, because if you haven't, you're literally stealing from the rest of the world.
Wow.
Share this out so the entire world can hear this. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys.